This is Reverend Bill, and this is Awakenings, and this is the day before July 4th. And I don't need ChatGPT. I don't need AI. I'm going to go ahead and steal the most important sentence outside of anything Jesus or God said. As far as I'm concerned, the most human words spoken, I'm a stealing because they're mine now. St. Paul, and I'm paraphrasing. I don't know the exact line. I should actually, but it's, if God is for us, who can be against us? That's mine now. Reverend Bill said it. Sorry, St. Paul, but it's mine. And it's very true. That and God always provides, and that's also paraphrased. I should really get those down, verbatim. But those two are the truest words spoken. Non-Jesus words, non-God words are the best words spoken. And I'll tell you what, they are true. They're true, and I'm going to go into detail why they're true. Now, you guys know I've had problems back with black magic and witches, and I've understated that. And I won't go into great detail, but I will tell you my life was hell, and literally was hell on earth. And I've glossed over it, and I'm not going to go into it now, but my life was absolutely barely worth living up until the time I made the deal with God when he came down, and I was hanging on by a thread. And I did have to talk to God, and I don't care if you believe me or not, you should, because all I'm going to say today is based on that. And he came down and he saved me, and we made, I wouldn't say a deal. He told me what to do, which was at the time not a big deal, but it came to be in fruition. He told me not to drink, which I wasn't really drinking. So it was a deal for me. I'm like, yeah, okay. Later found out that he knew medically something I did not know, and he saved my life. So really, what I thought was a no-brainer was actually him saving my life. And as a result, I have not been bothered at all by anything ever again. And medically, it helped me, and I'm bigger and stronger than ever. I was actually killing myself without knowing. And so really, he saved my life, and now I've dropped 20 pounds. I'm bigger and stronger than ever. I was silently killing myself. And so really, inadvertently, he saved me mentally and physically. And the other part of that is I have found out through my life that I have nothing to fear. I have found out that regardless of what the witches did, and they've done a lot to damage me throughout my career. I thought I had a lot of bad luck. They were actually trying to destroy me my entire life. I was just unbeknownst to me that, again, I thought I just had bad luck all my life. But this has been going on since I was born. It just took me 60 years to find them. Anyway, getting off that, another thing God will always provide. I was talking to a pastor friend of mine, I won't name him, and he was having problems with the church. And I was asking him, how things were going. And he said he was struggling. And he looked at me and I said, well, Jesus provides. And he says, oh, I know. He knows what I was talking about because the Lord provides. Throughout my life, whenever I needed something down and out, I learned not to worry, the Lord provides. And I'll give you an example of that. I don't know, about 10 years ago when I was single, I went out with some people, won't name them, of course. I went to a place in Massachusetts, a place in Plymouth, about 20 miles away from my house. And I met a young lady. We're there, we're talking. And it got late. Some friends of mine came, come on, we're leaving. And I said, I'm talking to this young lady. Give me coffee time. I do love my coffee in the morning. And they said, hey, time to go. So I'm talking. And I said, well, we're driving. I said, I'll get my way. I'll find my way home. Okay. I was like that. I was very much a freewheel. So they left. And after we started talking, I said, okay, well, it's nice meeting you. She said, how are you getting home? I don't know. I'll find a way home. She said, really? I said, I always do that. Yeah, I'll find a way home. No, not a big deal. I was always like that. And she said, okay. So later on, bar was closing, and I just got up and I just left. I'll find a way home. I started walking. I'll figure something out. And later on, she pulled over and she said, get in. Oh, okay. So I got in. She goes, where do you live? And she was driving me home. She goes, are you crazy? And I said, no, I always do this. I find a way home. And she goes, well, what were you expecting to happen? I said, well, you're driving me home, aren't you? And she's, yeah. I said, I found a way home. And it was just kind of funny. The Lord always does that with me. And if I was, for some reason, if you know, I don't know, whoever comes and knocking on the door today and says, hey, you got to get out of here. I'd just grab a suitcase. I'd pack some stuff and just grab a suitcase and walk down the street. I wouldn't care. Something would happen. The Lord always takes care of me. When you have the Lord in you, you don't have fear. I'm telling you, and I'll say this before, and I'll say it again. And if you don't do this, really, you're only hurting yourself. You need to connect with the Lord. He exists. I would not lie to you. I have no reason to lie. I'm not asking for money. I'm not asking for anything. I'm asking you to connect with the Lord. He exists and he wants to talk to you. Just find some time to be alone and go in. And, you don't have to say the traditional prayers. I mean, that's nice if you want to, do that. And just, you can use my name, but just be quiet and just concentrate on reaching out to the universe and connect with him. He's there. He's waiting for you. He wants to hear from you. And just try to just say your name and just say, Lord, I need to connect with you. I'm here. And, just try to say he is your father, Remember, he is your real father. You are his child. He wants to connect with you. You have to look on that as a father-child relationship because it is. He is your real father. And as a father, he wants to connect with you. That's what you have to realize. Forget all this mystique, it's great. It is true. All the Bible, the scriptures, that's all true. But push that aside for a second. The bottom line is he's your father. I guess that's what happened. That's when I actually started working with this whole thing. All that mysticism and all that the scriptures is all absolutely true. But at that moment, when you connect with Jesus, it's all irrelevant. Push it aside. The bottom line is he's your father and he wants you to connect with his child. So talk to your father. That's it. Everything else is secondary. And when the child connects with his father and communicates, all that other stuff can come into play. But it's primarily just a father-child relationship. That's it. It's that simple. And all the other stuff confuses things. And, the trans and all the other stuff and the sexuality, it clouds the issue. It's clouding the issue. The basic is it's a father-child relationship. And when you connect with that, the rest just falls into place. Every morning, I just say, hello, Father. Actually, I call him Pops. At night, I say, good night, Pops. It's a father-child thing. And everything else, like I said, it's just icing, It's a very simple thing. And once you realize it's a very simple thing and establish the relationship, all the dominoes fall into place. It's that simple. So do yourself a favor, get to know your father, and the rest, no biggie. All right, that's enough. Hey, if you like this, please like, share, and subscribe. Get the word out there. And have a happy 4th of July. Enjoy the fireworks. Don't hurt yourself with the fireworks. Don't be stupid. Come back and I'll share some more later on. Talk to you later. This is Reverend Bill signing off. Take care.